It is heavily rumored that San Francisco's largest troubled project. By that, I mean a project that they started building that's essentially a massive hole in the ground across from Salesforce Tower is being sold for literally pennies on the dollar. Who's buying it? What in the world are they going to do with it? Let's get into it. Here we go. Here's a quick video with a really good overview on what this site looks like. Here we go.
This abandoned foundation was supposed to be the West Coast's tallest building. In 2006, plans were unveiled for twin 1,200-foot-tall towers to stand at the corner of 1st and Mission Street in San Francisco. These towers were taller than the yet-to-be-built Salesforce Tower, but because of the 2008 economic downturn, the property changed hands, and the tower's heights were lowered to 910 and 625 feet. Soon after, Chinese firm Oceanwide Holdings took charge. The project moved slowly, but soon ran into money trouble, resulting in work stopping on Tower 2. Then in 2020, with the onset of the pandemic, work halted on Tower 1 as well and has not resumed since. Today, Oceanwide Center's foundations stand frozen in time in downtown San Francisco, with legal disputes preventing anything new from taking shape.
So what I want you to grab from that is the 900 plus feet tall. That's the big one. And it's going to be, I think, 2.5 million square feet. This is a massive development. Massive development. 2 twin towers. The small of the towers is still taller than Seattle's Space Needle. You always see the Space Needle kind of towering over the rest of Seattle's skyline because it's a little bit away from all the other buildings. It's 605 feet tall. It's massive. You're talking about the big one on this project being 300 feet. Take half of the height of the Space Needle, add it to the Space Needle, and that's the big one here. And just some enormous, enormous buildings. Now, the bottom line is, you had a valuation on this bad boy for $1.6 billion back in the day, with a B, $1 billion. It is now reportedly pending for $95 million. $95 million, a 95% discount. It's insane. But then you ask yourself, all right, you got 35, 37, 40% office vacancy factor in downtown San Fran. Oh, nobody's building anything because of that? Who's gonna come and take these units when they're completed? Who has the money to build it in San Francisco? San Francisco is one of the most expensive places to build in the world. You just got layer after layer after layer of regulation. How about just the foundation coming out of this bad boy? Let's look at that. Let's look at this. Let's just take a quick peek at this, right? So this is your foundation. It's been sitting there for how many years? Building 1's been going for a while. Building 2? I mean, you can't tell me, oh yeah, somebody's going to look at this and go, everything's going to be fine. It's had 20 years or whatever of weather, 15 years of weather. It probably hasn't shifted that much. It'll be good. We'll just, it's got good bones. Let's just go ahead and build on top of it. No, they're going to have to rip all this out, aren't they? I mean, I'm no skyscraper construction expert, but even just the configuration of what they had planned way back when this thing was kind of brought out of the ground, conception-wise, is wildly different than the cityscape the business-scape that San Francisco has now. Wildly different. So even though you're paying $95 and you're getting the dirt and you get some infrastructure, you're probably going to have to rip everything out and start over. The bid to reboot downtown San Francisco's largest and longest stalled development site is gaining steam and could end with a steep discount. San Francisco Recovery Fund. And this is, by the way, by Laura Waxman. She's got a series of these in the San Francisco Chronicle and some really good reporting here. And because it's a tough sell, right? It's a tough sell on YouTube. Hey, listen to me babble about an office building that went into foreclosure and it's now getting sold. Let's get pumped about that. But it's one more piece. It's one more part of the story of what's going on in San Francisco as things change rapidly, sometimes not for the better. San Francisco Recovery Fund, a new investment vehicle focused on investing in languishing projects in the wake of the pandemic, is expected to close a deal next month to purchase Oceanwide Center, that's the name of this complex, at 51st Street for $95 million. Pricing represents a 92% discount from the more than $1 billion already invested. 92% discount on what money is already in there, let alone, because I'm quoting, it's an even greater discount, 95 million is, from its estimated value, which was 1.6 billion back in the day. So, and that was before construction came to a full stop in 2020. So over the years, more than $1 billion has already been put into this. The fund, headed by the retired co-founder of Bay Area development firm SKS Partners, Dan Kingsley, and investor Jay Yang, will take over the property. It's long been entitled for a 2.4 million square foot mixed use project consisting of 2 towers. Here's kind of a little bit better of a view. I mean, what a mess. Okay, so why hasn't anything been done on this? It's been tied up in litigation, right? You got all kinds of contractors. Hey, you owe us money. And so until you get all that worked out, you can't really figure out, okay, we've got a sale happening. Those sale proceeds, they're going to go to cover XYZ. And you're tied up 10 ways from Sunday in court. You've got a developer that's probably gone bankrupt. You've got lenders that are like, oh, good Lord, we've got hundreds of millions of dollars into this. We need out. So you need a judge at the end of the day to go, yep, you get this, you get this, you get this, you get the property. Good luck with that, by the way. And let's move this thing on. That's a massive, massive oversimplification of, what's going to end up being a 20-year process, something like that. Kingsley and Yang declined to comment. Partners are in negotiations with lender Haitong International, which seized the unfinished project in 2021 from its original developer, Oceanwide Holdings. So 910-foot tower, 1.2 million square feet, 109 residential units, 600-foot tower, 156 residential units, and 169-room Waldorf Astoria. So 2.5 billion total square feet, not billion. That's a big building. We talk about the largest, this Westfield Center Mall in San Francisco, the biggest mall, the mall with the poop in the elevator, right? 400% increase in human excrement instances in the elevator. All-time high watched video. No. But it's interesting, right? It's like, why is that happening? Well, I mean, it impacts this property as well because street conditions have not been ideal. And now you've got all this other stuff going on and you've got projects like this. So that mall, San Francisco's largest mall, is 1.5 million square feet. This bad boy here, 2.5 total, but they're vertical, right? You got 2 towers just going boop, straight up. By the time pandemic hit 2020, project was already on the ropes. Yep. Construction on the smaller tower was halted. Costs soared. Chinese government cracked down. They didn't want any more money leaving. Yeah, you need to keep that here. Work on the tower stopped mid-2020. And you've got a bunch of these throughout San Francisco. You've got a bunch of these throughout all major North American cities. People that got caught with their pants down with a project. And what do? Well, you declare bankruptcy and judges take it over. You go through this massive, massive process. And the bigger they are, the harder they are to kind of work your way through. Because usually there's multiple lenders, there's multiple investors, multiple contractors. Oceanwide Holdings purchased a 1.2 acre project. I mean, it's not a mass for downtown. It's a big, an acre is enormous. But, talk about residential, 20-acre parcel isn't that big. 10 times what we're talking here. But because it's in downtown San Fran, big project. It remains a hole in the ground across from Salesforce Tower and an eyesore for city leaders working to revitalize downtown San Fran in the wake of pandemic losses. So we've got a series of articles here. San Francisco's largest downtown project is now a gaping hole. That doesn't sound good, does it? What you got in the next block? Just a big gaping hole. It's not good. Here's how the legal mess could get resolved. So this author, Laura Waxman, she's been kind of following this and working it all the way through. And now we're kind of going backwards. Here's where they actually had some of the foundation stuff still in place before they just absolutely cleared it. Nearly 4 years after work and what was envisioned as a project adding 2 signature towers to San Francisco skyline came to a full stop, some of the legal issues hanging over the notoriously stalled Oceanwide Center development appear to be headed towards a resolution. This is, it's 2 million square foot project. All right. So this article here kind of works through foreclosure sale process, next step to be initiated as the judge signs off on a settlement reached late last year on a string of unpaid work claims. There you go. Contractors, right? Against the project's original developer, Oceanwide Holdings, the U.S. unit of Chinese conglomerate China Oceanwide Holding Groups. Didn't work out well for them, did it? No, they literally got caught in a horrific situation where it's not only China started pulling back capital, but you had the pandemic and all the businesses, hey, we're being told we got to shut down and everybody's got to work remotely. Now, there will be pushback on, but AI is going to fill up all this. How long is it going to take AI to backfill all of San Francisco's office space? How long is it going to take AI to backfill Seattle's office space? A long time, if ever, is my kind of theory. This is the mall that we've been talking about forever, right? This is the Westfield Mall here. Downtown's dead mall seized by lenders, opening door to a revival. This was back November 14th, so just about a month ago. 1.2 million square foot property. We've talked about this forever. The interesting difference between the property here that we're talking about, the Ocean project, is that here, drawn out foreclosure of the San Francisco Center Westfield Mall comes to a close with a winning bid of $133 million. That was literally the judge basically giving this project on a credit basis to the existing lenders. There were no bidders. Nobody bid on this in foreclosure auction. So these lenders, they have somewhere over, I think it's $600 million in debt out on this property. They're taking it back and they are literally in the process. Obviously, this is a finished mall. It's been completed. Is this a 20-something-year-old mall? I think it is. It's finished. It's completed. It's got businesses in it. Businesses are being kicked out. H&M is leaving this mall. We've got Panda Express left, a couple of other businesses. Literally, there's a handful of businesses left in this entire mall. And the existing lenders that have taken it back on a credit bid are kicking everybody out because they're just going to shut her down. They're going to shut her down. So let's talk about moving forward on the Oceanside project. What are they going to do with it? What are you going to do with it? Well, by that, they're going to land bank it, would be my opinion. They're going to land bank it because there's no demand for what's out there right now on a new construction basis. And the amount it would cost to actually construct this thing, bring it out of the ground, you're going to have to charge such exorbitant rents to make this a go that I don't even know how that's possible. And with tourism and with conventions being way, way down in San Francisco, do you have the demand for a really nice hotel like they're proposing, right? Is there demand for that? Hey, how many of our rooms are occupied on a nightly basis in San Francisco? All those numbers across the United States are down. It's not just San Fran, but San Fran has been particularly impacted because everybody in the city, were tech people. It's not everybody, but there was a heavy preponderance of tech businesses. And when they said, yep, you guys can all work remotely forever. And then, oh, good Lord, this has a massive burden on our tax revenue. Everybody back to the office. Everybody back 5 days a week. That's what you're hearing now, right? 5 years after the pandemic. Yeah, we need you all back in the office, but there's still no demand for something the size of what we're talking about here, which is 2 twin towers that are just absolutely massive. So I think this lender knows that they're going to have to sit on it, work out their plans, figure out a plan for a future day. But right now, this is a crazy land buy. Crazy land buy. Yeah, generations of commercial will down the road. Do you remember when that dude bought that site for $95 million back in 2025, I think it was? It'll close in 2026. This will be one of those conversations. Because San Francisco will come back some way, shape, or form. It just will. It just will. It's a big North American city. I know everybody says, San Francisco's cooked. Wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. All right. But when you're able to spend only $95 million and get a site like this, I'll take 2. It's an amazing purchase. It's an amazing purchase, but only if you have the money to sit on it, pay the taxes, figure out what to do with the existing foundation, figure out what to do moving forward, and bring it out of the ground. Yeah, it'll be an interesting one to follow, no matter what. You're watching history in the making, because you've got this crossfire of so many different influences that have all gone against a city like San Francisco and a big project like this. And I'll record them right here for you on News for Reasonable People. Love to have you subscribe, hit the notifications bell, share with friends and family, and I'll see you on the next episode. Thanks again for being here. Bye for now.